The hardest part about this podcast is finding good lighting in this car because, as you can tell, it's an all black interior, so it's really hard to get the light in here, but I feel like we did good today. How is everybody doing? We are on day 8, almost day 10 of our challenge. I'm feeling good today. The topic that I want to hit on today, I'm pretty excited about it. I like to do the podcast episodes later in the day because that's when the lighting is less harsh, but I be so aware of my surroundings because it's just so many people outside. Nevertheless, let's get into today's topic, shall we? Today's topic, I want to hit on the uncomfortable truth about self-growth. Online, people can make self-growth look so pretty, so aesthetic. Think you do your face mask, you journal a little bit, and woo, you're grown. Your self-growth journey is over. You think that once you start it, you'll see results fast. I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. Your self-growth journey is a journey that you will never be done with. I will say, you know that you step into the realm of self-growth when you're always aware of yourself. You're always aware of your thoughts. You're always aware of what you're doing. Once you've stepped into this journey, you'll never not be aware. And what I mean by that is anytime that you think anything, you'll investigate it, or you'll try to dig deeper on that thought. Say you had a negative thought for the day. You'll be like, okay, so what caused me to feel like this? And what can I do to make it better? Whereas probably before, you didn't even really dig deep into feelings. If a certain feeling come up, you probably just sit with it, or you just be like, oh, I'm upset, I'm mad, but you don't even really know why you're mad. Once you actually start your self-growth journey, I feel like you not nitpick, but you pay attention to your thoughts, and you really pay attention to your feelings because you're trying to get to the cause of it to see what is really causing how you're feeling. Even if it's happiness, you'll probably think why did this make me so happy? Or what did this heal in me that made me happy like this? Just things of that nature. In one of my previous episodes, I said that thinking so much can be exhausting because it's not just one thought. It's a thought within a thought within a thought. It can be exhausting. Self-growth is not aesthetic at all. It's not pretty. Be prepared to think a lot and be prepared to question yourself a lot once you step into this journey. And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. It's just something different because I'm pretty sure a lot of us, we don't really question our emotions the way that we should. And so it's a little bit different because instead of just letting yourself be mad, you actually are figuring out the reasons why certain things make you mad, if that makes sense. This next point is probably a little bit niche to myself because I don't know if a lot of people have went through this during their journey. Repairing relationships can be uncomfortable. Now, let me get into this. Before you were on your self-help journey, once you start questioning yourself, questioning why you respond to things the way you respond to things, or why you do things the way you do things, you have to be willing to notice your own fault. You have to be able to see where you went wrong. You have to be open to that. A lot of strain in my relationships came from me holding on to certain feelings that I haven't let go of from things that happened a long time ago. And in order for me to move on or repair the relationships that mean a lot to me, I had to be the one to initiate the healing. This journey is just not about how what other people have done has affected you. It's also about what you have done that has affected them. I'm saying this because I have caused a lot of unintentional pain, and I forgive myself for doing that. Like I said in my last episode, I didn't have the tools that I have now. I didn't have the knowledge that I have now, and to know that what I've done when I was hurting affected people. I was so worried about the hurt that others have caused me that I wasn't really focusing on the hurt that I've caused others. I just want to say that if you're on this journey, you have to be open to the fact that you're not perfect. You can still have things to work on. So it's important that you have those conversations of, this is not what I intended when I did X, Y, and Z. And they can tell you how they feel when you did X, Y, and Z. I feel like that's very important. And where the uncomfortableness comes in is that admitting to your wrongs, having open conversations with people. If you aren't used to that, if this is something that is new to you, having healthy, actual conversations that get somewhere. I grew up on a lot of arguments in my family. They didn't really know how to express themselves and have cohesive conversations conversations with another, that's where my habit of just shutting down instead of saying anything came in at, because I just didn't want to have an argument. So whenever I felt something, I just shut down because that wasn't something that I wanted to get into. I hate getting my blood pressure up. I hate all of that. And that takes me into the next point of being willing to see opportunities for progress. Like I said before, when people tell you about yourself, it's not always people trying to come at you or trying to belittle your character. If you're willing to have those open conversations with people, they tell you something about yourself, don't immediately run to defensiveness. I think the most important thing is being open to new opportunities and having an open mind. I think that is the most important thing about self-growth, because if you're not open to new ways of thinking and open to others' opinions, then you're not really growing, because you're trying to take the same beliefs and the same habits with you that are no longer serving you. And take that from me, I used to always be so defensive. A lot of my family members have seen that in me. At the time, I felt like if someone said something bad about me, they hated me or they wanted to change me. And sometimes people do want to change you, and it doesn't have to be in a bad way. It could just be like they want to change your way of seeing certain things, it's not always black and white. And I'm really happy that I'm getting out of that. I've noticed that I listen more. I actually listen. I try to make it my mission to actually listen to what people are telling me. I've honestly enjoyed it, even when I'm talking to strangers or I'm talking to people who I just met. People will probably think I'm quiet. That's how I think they think at my new job. They probably think that I'm quiet, but really I'm just listening. That's crazy. I'm just not realizing this because I'm not really the person to yap anymore. I used to talk a lot. I used to try to be so funny so we don't sit in silence. I think I'm embracing it more. I feel like I like that trait that I'm picking up. I need to get something to eat. My treat after this is some Subway, because I don't know, I think this bun is too tight. I had this bun in my hair for a week because my hair. Everyone want to be a curly girl, but nobody want to put in the work. Sometimes you don't know if you're actually growing during this journey. I feel like sometimes in order for us to feel like we're seeing growth, we need a big gesture. I don't even know what the gesture would be, but we need something big right in our face to let us know that we're growing and we're going down the right path. Actually, it's small things. Say you're in a similar situation that you've been in the past, but you react totally different. I need you to examine that situation and notice how you did differently, and that's growth. Growth is not something that is this big change that you see in yourself in a week, in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months. It's little shifts in your personality over the course of your life. That's why a lot of us get discouraged, because we're not seeing the big picture. We're not seeing the big change. That's why I get discouraged. Saying this out loud right now is crazy, because this is the first time that I'm actually saying it out my mouth, because just the other day I'm like, nothing's changing. But really, you probably won't see that change right now. As long as you're putting in the work, as long as you don't backtrack to who you used to be, then that should be enough. So that was only 4 points that I had for this topic. 4 points that stood out to me personally in my journey. Self-care is something that's really important to me, but not just, outer self-care, but inner self-care. And a lot of people are not going to understand, and so I don't talk about it a lot, but it is something that's really important to me, because if you were ever a person where you thought negatively a lot, or you didn't even really think about your future, when I was in high school, I didn't really think about what was next for me, and it wasn't on any unaliving things. It was just I truly honestly did not think about what was next for me. I did not care about myself at all, if I really look at it now. I've been out of school now for 4 or 5 years, and it took me this amount of time to actually truly work on myself, work on my brain, work on my mindset. So that's why I say growth is not a big change that you see. I'm just happy that I've gotten to this point, and I'm happy that I got to share some of my thoughts. And I also would just like to add on before I end this video, someone finds value in what you say. Somebody. You don't know who it's going to be. You don't know where they're gonna be, but somebody finds value in you. Even if you get 5 likes on your post, that was an actual person, an actual human being who liked your post. Because I know me, I don't like stuff that I don't actually like. It's just important that you know that even if not a whole lot of people are noticing you right now, somebody is finding value in what you're putting out. And this is for future me, and this is also for you right now. I honestly yapped a lot in this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you can get notified every time I post. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.